All right, so our standard and our learning target. So our standard is that we're going to be able to read, write, and compare decimals to the thousands place, and be able to read and read them and write them in standard form, word form, and expanded form. I can read and write decimals to the thousands place in word form, base 10 form, expanded form, and I can decompose decimals in various ways. All right, our vocabulary, a refresher on our vocabulary. Remember, place value altogether represents the value of a digit based on its location of a number. So if I ask you, what place is a digit in? I want you to tell me where is that digit located. If I ask you, what is the value of that digit? That means I want you to tell me how much is it worth. We know that decimals are any number that contains a decimal point, and that decimal point separates the whole numbers from the fraction places such as the tenths place, the hundredths place, and the thousandths place. Our standard form represents numbers only using numeric digits. Word form represents the numbers using only words. And then lastly, what we learned about yesterday, expanded form represents the number by showing the value of each digit. So now I want you guys, make sure you are viewing and looking at my screen. I will let you know when it's time for you to switch over and draw on your screen. All right. So can I have somebody raise their quiet hand in the chat? Who can read me this number, our number of the day? Look here in our place value chart. How would I read this number? Make sure you use your raise your hand feature. How would we use this? How will we read this number? Let me see. Uh-oh. Roia, can you read this number for me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
53 and 637,000.
Yes, 53 and 637,000. Great job. All right, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write that in standard form. So I see that there is a 5 in my tens place. Notice I said tens with an S, not tenths like the decimal, but tens. I have a 3 in my ones place. Next, I have a decimal. I have a 6 in my tenths place, a 3 in the hundredths place, and then lastly, a 7 in my thousands place. Now, I need to write this in word form, so I'm going to bring my typing text box right over here. All right, let me see who I'm going to call on next. Eric, what do I need to type first if I want to convert our number into word form? What's the first words I need to start typing for this number? Eric, it's on you. I can't hear you. Still muted. You look froze. I think you might be froze. Okay. Let me see. Mustafa, help me out. How would I type? What would I need to type first? Oh, thank you. But go ahead, Mustafa. You can go ahead. I saw Josiah type it though.
5/10.
Hold on, wait. How would you read this number right here?
53 and 637,000.
So what's the first words I need to write?
53.
50. And then 3. All right, what's next?
637.
Hold on, wait. What do I need to put before that?
6/10.
Because I have 53 and then I have a decimal point. What word replaces that decimal point?
And.
Yep. So I need to put 53 and. Now what do I need to put next?
6/10.
Oh, wait, how would I read this number all together? That's 6, 3, and 7. What would that?
637,000.
Yes, good job. Uh-oh, I put that in red. Very good. Let me bring this back. Change. Oh, why it's trying to. Ashley, you finished? All right, so 53, and we can't forget that and 637,000. Now I want to see who remembers how to write in expanded form. So yesterday we practiced writing in expanded form, and we had to use multiplication to help us. So we started off, remember we started off with the digit that's in the highest place. So all right, David, help me out. And Ashley, you need to log on to that Nearpod. Let me drop the link. So sign into it. David, go ahead and help me out, David. How would I write this in expanded form, David? I'm starting off with my 5 that's in the tens place. Oh, but David, I need help. I need somebody who microphone work. Eric, is your microphone working now? You back? Let's go, Jarvis. Jarvis, come on, help. Do you were you here yesterday, Jarvis?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember how to write numbers? How
Do
would
I
I?
know how to write an expanded form?
Yeah. So starting with my 5 that's in the tens place. How much? Well, so how much is that 5 worth?
50.
50. So how would I write that as a multiplication problem to write it in expanded form?
Hello, detective. I got your message.
Oh, hi.
50. Hold on, let me turn my volume up. 50 plus.
Hold on, wait, as a multiplication problem.
Right.
5 times what?
Thanks to you.
I mean,
5 times 10.
yeah.
We know that because of the place that it's in. All right. Thank you, Jarvis.
I wish for just one.
All right. So guys, remember you have to look at what digits you have. So we have a 5, and our 5 is in the tens place. So we know that's worth 50. And now remember, in 4th grade, we would have wrote it as 50, but we want to write it as a multiplication equation now. So we have to write it as 5 times 10. All right, next we have a 3 in the ones place, and I will do the rest of this just for the sake of time so that we can move on, as we've been having some issues this morning. Next, I have 3 times 1. That 3 is in the ones place, so it's worth 3. And if we were to multiply 3 times 1, that would give us a value of 3. Next, I have a 6 in the tenths place. So now I know that that 6 is worth 6 tenths. So I'm going to add 6 times 1/10, because 6 times 1/10 equals 6 tenths. Next, I'm going to come down here and add. I have a 3 in our hundredths place, so I have to write the equation 3 times 1/100. That gives us a value of 300. And then lastly, I have a 7 in our thousandths place, so I'm going to add 7 times 1/1000. Remember, that's how we write expanded form. We're about to keep practicing that, so make sure that you're paying attention, guys. All right, so our warm up, it says write each number in standard form. I'm going to do this first one for you guys, and then you're going to do the second one on your own. So, let me read this number. It says they gave it to us in word form, and they want us to change it or convert it to standard form. So right now, Ashley, you're watching me. So you log on to the Nearpod still, but you're watching me, and then in a second, I'm gonna let you. You're gonna complete it on your own. All right. So we have 65 and 62 thousandths. Well, I know that I have that and means a decimal. So that means the 65 and the 62 thousandths are separated. The 65 comes before the and, so that must mean that the 65 is a whole number. And I know if I have a number that's worth 60, that means the digit 6 must be in the tens place. So I'm going to write a 6 in my tens place. Next, we have 5. And I know if I just only have a value of 5, that means I have 5 ones. So the digit 5 should go in my ones place. All right, 65 and, so that means I'm on the right track because there goes my decimal. But then I have 62 thousandths. So I'm going to write 62 thousandths. Let me see. Did Ms. Baker complete this correct? Put in the chat box. So look at what I have. Remember, our number is 65 and 62 thousandths. Did Ms. Baker complete this correctly? Put in the chat box, yes or no. Did Ms. Baker complete this correctly? Am I a scholar? No, no. I said no. I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right. All right, let me see. Paradise, why is not right? What I did wrong?
Cause it say thousands and it's not a digit in the thousands place.
You are completely right. So I only put my 2 into the hundreds place. That's not correct. So I'm gonna have to erase that. So like Paradise said, I need to shift over my 6 and 2. But Paradise, what digit should I put? Because I don't have anything in the tenths place. What digit should I put there?
A 0.
Yes, good job. A 0. Note now, guys, I put this one in here. I included this because I knew that this was a trick question, because usually you guys will write, okay, 62, but not paying attention to the fact that if it's to the thousands place. So they did not give us a value for our tenths place. So when they don't give you a value for your tenths place, you have to replace that with a 0. So now I have written it correctly. It's 65 and 62 thousandths. Now I want you guys to complete the next one on your own. Read the number correctly and put the correct digits in its place. I'm going to set a 1-minute timer. Y'all only get in 1-minute timer. So do this quickly. Thank you to everyone that I see already started. Ashlyn, now you go over to your Nearpod and start typing. Let's go. Yes, it's your turn now, Ashlyn. So go to the tab. So you can still stay here and listen to my voice, but just go to the other tab and start typing in. All right, let me see. Q, let's go. You're not typing anything. Let's go, let's go. I should see everybody typing. Jabari, why are you not in Nearpod yet? So you've been missing my class, and now you're not in Nearpod. I need you to get in Nearpod ASAP. Armani, good morning. Make sure you're coming in on time at 9:30. Go ahead and get into the Nearpod. Thank you. Let me see who's solving it. Let's go, Josiah. After you have finished it, press submit. Great job, Roya. Yes. Let me see. Make sure, Eliana, make sure that you're reading the word correctly. Good job. I see you working, Kendall. Good job. Q, we on the second problem. That's why I need you to make sure you're paying attention. You're not working on the correct one. Go to the second one. We're on the second one. That's how I know you're not paying attention over there. Ashlyn, okay, I see you got yours in. Jarvis, make sure we were on the second one. We're on the second one. We already did the first one together. Oh, Jabari, I see you in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right, let me see. I need somebody. Kendall, you got yours correct, Kendall. Can you explain to me now? So, everybody, you guys can come back and look at my screen. Kendall, you completed yours correctly. So first, Kendall, can you unmute? Read me the number. What was the number that y'all had to change? Read me the number.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. I think the number was 533,000.
533,000. You are right. So, what digit needs to go in our tens place, Kendall?
The 5.
And our right here in my tens, TENS.
Oh no, nothing goes in the tens place.
Yep. So, what digit can represent when we have a value of nothing?
0.
0. All right, and that's correct. What about my ones place?
Nothing goes in there, so that's a 0.
Yep. How did you know that I didn't have any whole numbers? By looking at the problem. What was the difference between this first one, this first problem, and our second problem?
Because the first one had 65, so you can put some in the tens and the ones. But the second one, it had like 100, so you can't put it in the tens or the ones.
Yeah, so basically in this first one, we had that word and. It said 65 and. So we know when we have that word and, it separates the whole numbers from the decimal. In this second number, we didn't have an and, but we did have the thousandths. So that means we only had the decimal, but we didn't have any whole numbers. All right, what digit do I need to write next? In what place, Kendall?
You're supposed to put the 5 in the tenth place.
Yep, that's correct. What's next?
The first 3 in the hundreds.
Yep.
And the last 3 in the thousands.
Yep, great job, Kendall. This is how you will read. So, because if we were to cover up that, if we were to only look right here at this number, that's 533. We know those, but it's 533 thousandths. It goes up to the thousands place. Great work, guys. So if you didn't get that correct, think about how you could have done your answer differently. So now I want you guys to make sure you're paying close attention now. I'm going to do the first one for you guys. We're going to do the second one together, and then you're going to do the third one on your own. So now we're going to convert. Remember that word convert means to change. We're going to convert the numbers in expanded form into standard decimal form. So now they have given us the expanded form. Remember, we've been working on this standard form. We started yesterday. We'll continue working on it throughout the week. We want to make sure that we're able to understand how to convert it to all of its forms. So I'm going to look at each place. So I know this first equation is 1 times 10. And 1 times 10 equals 10. So that 10 lets me know that I should put a 1 in my tens place. All right, next I have 5 times 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. That means I have 5 ones. So that means that I will have to put a 5 in the ones place. Okay. But then I have 8 times 1/10. And I know that 8 times 1/10 equals 8/10. So that means that I need an 8 in my 10ths place. But before I can write my 10ths place, that I had to separate my whole numbers from my fraction numbers. So that means I need a decimal. You have to write a decimal in order to separate your whole numbers from your fraction numbers. So now I can write an 8 to go in my 10ths place. Okay. Next, I have 4 times 1/10. 1/100th. And I know that 4 times 1/100th equals 400ths. So if I have 400ths, that means I need to write a 4 in my hundredths place. Can somebody read me what number did we just create by converting this expanded form into standard form? How would we read this number? Raekwon, how would we read this number?
15 decimal.
Hold on, wait. What word do we use to replace that decimal?
15 and
Mm-hmm.
840
Okay, so let's look at
hundreds.
let's look at this. This number is what?
84
84. And this is the 10ths place, and that's the hundredths place. So it's 84 what?
hundreds.
Yep. Now read me the whole number again one more time.
15 and 84 hundreds.
Yep, good job. 15 and 84 hundredths. Great job. All right. Now, Tatiana, you up. You up. Next, I need your help. Walk me through the second problem. So we started off now with 7 times 1. What place am I starting with, and what digit should go in that place?
7.
What place? Yes, so I need the digit 7, but what place is the 7 gonna go in?
The ones place.
Yep, it's gonna go in the ones place. So if I have 7 times 1 and that equals 7, that means I have 7 ones. So I need to write a 7 in the ones place. All right, Tatiana, what's next?
9 times 1/10.
How much is 9 times 1/10?
90.
It's worth 9/10. It's worth 9/10. So what place do I need to write my 9 in?
The 10th place.
Yep, so I need to write a decimal, and then I need to write 9. Okay, what's next, Tatiana?
2 times 100th.
And how much is that worth?
200.
200. So what digit do I need to write next, and what place am I writing it in?
2 in the hundredths place.
Yep, 2 in the hundredths place. And then
5 times 1,000.
and how much is that?
5,000.
Yep, 5,000. Now read, what number did you just create, Tatiana? Read that number all the way through for me.
7 and 925,000.
So make sure you only say and one time. You only want to say and one time, and that's when you have the decimal. So say it one more time for me.
700 and
Hold on, wait. No, 7 and
925,000.
yes, 7 and 925,000. Good job. You want to make sure you just say that and one time. All right, now I'm giving you guys 1 minute. And number 3 has a trick. Number 3 has a trick in it, and I want to see who catches it. Go ahead and do number 3 on your own right now. I'm setting the timer. Go ahead and do number 3 on your own. I'm watching. This one has a trick in it. I'm telling you now. It has a trick in it. Eric, did you have a question? Thank you to those who I see are. Ooh, some of y'all falling for the trick. Some of y'all falling for it. Quintavious, let's go. Let's go. Jabari, let's go. Some of y'all falling for the trick. Let me see who's gonna be the first person to get it right. So far, I think everybody
Miss Baker.
Yes.
I was late to class, so my Nearpod thing is not working. So the link is not working.
Your Nearpod still should work at any time that you enter the class.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay, so press the link. Cause it's gonna work. Cause I'm still in it. Let me see. Everybody keep falling for the trick. Let's go. Oh, that was the timer. Let me see if anybody got it. Try to refresh it, Paradise. Quintavious and Jabari, let's go. You all should be on your Nearpod. Trinaya, make sure you're coming to class on time. Eric, good job, Eric. Eric was the first person I seen caught it. Let me see if anybody else got it. Oh, Roria caught it. Roria caught it. Okay. Eric, I'm gonna let you explain. So now everybody come back. Explain to us how you solved this problem, Eric.
I solved it by first adding multiplying 8 times 10, which equals 80. And that's when I did 4 times 1.
Okay, so since we have a value of 80, that means we need what digit in what place?
We need 80 in the tens place.
By the way, what digit? I can't put an 80 there. I know it's worth 80, but what digit?
But we put an 8 in the tens place.
Yep, good job. I put an 8 in the
tens. We put a 4 in the ones place.
4 in the ones place.
And that's where we put our decimal, which is and.
How do you know that I needed to write a decimal right there?
Because the rest are they're practically fractions.
Yep, and that's exactly right. So that means that we separated. We had to separate our whole numbers from our fractions. All right, go ahead, Eric.
So 3 times 100th. Which means if we have 100th, that means that there's no tenth, so we use 0.
Yes, so everybody pay attention to this. They skipped 1/10. Notice how in our first two problems, they had 1/10. But in this last one, it was nothing there. There was no 1/10. So you had to replace that with a 0. Y'all told y'all was a trick in there. And then next we have 300s and 6,000s. Eric, how would you read that number all together?
84 and 36 thousandths.
Yes, very good. So if you missed that, pay attention to the trick. All right. So remember that's gonna be our lesson for today. Remember we're working on reading, writing decimals in our word form, expanded form. And we will continue working on this throughout the week. We're going to actually be able to hopefully play some games together as a class, and y'all going to get into groups and try to beat each other to create the highest number. So we'll create that we'll play that as we continue to learn more about our decimals and place value. But I'm going to let you all get a break before your next class with Mr. White at 10:30. Make sure you're studying your multiplication every night. I put that multiplication chart in your anchor chart folder in the file section. Make sure you're studying every night. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.